metre whaler designed by John Welsford. And my mate David and I are taking her across the Cook Strait here in New Zealand today, or tomorrow rather, and we're going to be spending a bit of time cruising in Queen Charlotte Sound and bringing her back in about 10 days or 14 days time. Going to make a little bit of a video for you guys and put it all together and eventually put it up on Facebook. Hi folks, Brian here again. Well, this is the first night on our trip across the Cook Strait, and we are parked comfortably on Mana Marina, having got our beds laid out and had some comfortably cooked meals up at the clubhouse, and about ready to hit the sack. Tomorrow we've got a southeasterly behind us theoretically, which should take us a good deal of the way before it backs to the southwest. So we'll join this on to the next bit and we'll see how we go. Over in the distance there is Emeraude, which is we're heading for, the point at the entrance to Queen Charlotte Sound. We're making westerly at the moment, and for one of the very few times in life, Emeraude has got her little Jenica flying very nicely. And somewhere ahead of us is Australia, but we're not going that far. So this is the start of our Queen Charlotte cruise. And we've got fishers nearby. And say hello to my skipper, my crew. Well, following that bit of video clip, we entered into about 3 or 4 hours of southwesterly on the nose, and it was miserable, and we finally got to Ship Cove, but we didn't get any video of it. From the chart you can see in front of us our routes across, which we're doing at the moment, and their route back in 10 days time. Further on the chart you can see we were going to Ship Cove and all the way up Queen Charlotte Sound to Picton and Lochmara in due course. So hopefully this will now start on the following morning. This is Monday the 16th of January 2023. We're just sailing out of Ship Cove, heading around towards Resolution Bay, which is around that corner. And we've got a northerly under us of about 12 knots or so. And pardon the glare of the sun this way, but there we go. Here's my erstwhile crew, otherwise known as David, and there is Ship Cove in the background. Somewhere over here, behind all that light, is Cape Emeraude, and beyond that is Wellington. So, dear viewers, we will catch you up a little bit later in the journey. One of the delights of sailing around Marlborough Sounds, which is out there, is that occasionally one's crew can catch blue cod of sufficient size to have a nice meal. So tonight we have a slightly windy anchorage, but this is way better on Resolution Bay than the poor citizens across the other side who have got 25 knots over their noggins. Somewhere out there, out round the corner. Anyway, we're going to enjoy cod for dinner along with noodles and yes, boiled eggs for tomorrow's lunch. Greetings folks, this is now our Tuesday afternoon I think, and we've just had the misfortune to enjoy coffee and lunch at Furneaux Lodge. So we're now heading away to Puki Koikoi Bay ahead of us, and if we quietly turn around, and back in the corner there on the right hand side of your picture is Furneaux Lodge, disappearing rapidly in the distance. So we've got the wind up our behind and we're going well. And we're expecting a southerly to come through, according to the weatherman. And over yonder hills, we are going to be parking underneath there, and hopefully we're going to have ourselves a quiet night. Catch you later. And here we have, we're at Puki Koikoi Bay, and there's this beautiful waterfall just tumbling down at the end of the beach. Pardon the shakies, but it was on telephoto. Here is the beach. This evening we're cooking our dinner, which we'll come to in a minute. We're waiting on a southerly to come through. It'll be nice and comfortable. There's a poor person here with a very small yacht that's just motored in and picked up the mooring. Further back up here and in the way in the distance is Furneaux Lodge. We come around here to a little bit of sunshine in the afternoon. And this is just idyllic. And of course, being diligent citizens, tonight we have sausages and vegetables. So, oh, and you might notice this glass of wine here that reflects the fact that the bottle is no longer intact. So this is the epitome of dinghy sailing. A lovely, lovely little bay, and of all things, a waterfall at the back of it. This one's, they're coming with us. Damn, we don't have the 360 camera going. You don't need to point it, you just suck it all apart.
Oh, just right on our bow.
Yeah? Oh, there he is, right
there.
Beautiful. I can see him going underneath. He's going to come up this side, I think. Where's he gone?
Here.
Right here. Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. Stunning.
What a lovely reward for being up. Oh, fantastic. Where are you, babies? Another one. They've gone away now. We're going a wee bit slow for them. Oh, here comes some more. Charging towards us over here.
That's another pod. It's a big pod.
Oh, babies, where are you? Yes, got you that time, and that time. Oh, it's coming real close. On beauty. It's hard to pick where they're going to come up, eh?
Yeah. Hard to fucking steer and watch dolphins too, I tell you.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
So,
they just turned.
Yeah, they're off on their way.
Off.
Well, this is a little later on the same morning, heading away from Koi Bay. This is the first attempt with the 360-degree camera, which I apologise, it puts the speed in miles an hour, and I don't know how to change that to knots. But it does give you an idea of our position and where north is relative to how we're sailing. You might see I'm holding a bit of a stick in my hand there, but that's actually a giant selfie stick thing for the 360-degree camera. We're here trundling along on port tack. We've got this light southerly, which was forecast to be quite vigorous last night, but nothing really materialised. You may notice in our inflatable dinghy it's missing the key element of having its inflatable floor added to it. That's still sitting in the garage at home whilst this sailing's going on. So just cast around the sounds as we're sailing along. It sort of gives you an idea of the kind of environment we're sailing in here. Unfortunately, because I muffed up the microphone thing, there is no audio on this track, native audio to where we were. But anyway, this is a nice view. Way up the end of the sounds there is where we will find Picton in due course, and Lochmara where we're heading for. Tory Channel comes in on the left around that peninsula ahead of you. In the meantime, we're enjoying a thoroughly nice sail on a beautiful January morning. I wish I was back there again right now. Oh, and my apologies, we're actually, as you all noted, on starboard tack, not port, as I said. Well, a couple of nights further on, we are now in Foxglove Bay, not far from Lochmara. We had a particularly miserable trip over from Waikawa Bay, motoring into 30 knots straight on the nose. And here we are about 1 nautical mile further away in this lovely little bay. And finally, we're going to have ourselves a quiet night. Tomorrow, we're heading off round to Lochmara where they can cook in the middle of the night, and they can do our we can do our washing in their washing machine, and we will assist them with the consumption of a few of their beers.
Sometimes called
In the meantime, we have a calm night here.
But anyway, it's the eastern arm of Double Cove.
Dinghy sailing at its best, with the exception of the jet ski in the background. But the boat's on a pick, we're at Lochmara, and there's a beer in the foreground. Dinghy sailing at its best. Here we are at Queen Charlotte Sound on, I'm not sure what day it is now, I'm sort of lost track. Today is Monday, and we're heading from Lochmara, which is way up behind us, up in the centre of the Queen Charlotte Sound. We're heading to Double Bay to camp for the night. And our right here is Diefenbach Point, which is where the ferries come around from Tory Channel. Hopefully none arrives while we're cruising across. Over the other side here, I think, is Ruakaka Bay, where we spent a couple of pleasant evenings. Pleasant evening. And here around here, behind us in the distance is Picton way down there out of sight. We've had a good run this morning from Emeraude Lodge, which is way down the back there somewhere. The boat's sailing beautifully at the moment. Wind's been quite fluky. It's supposed to be southeasterly, but nobody told the wind that. We've got mostly we had it easterly, and it's cracked around north of it a wee bit, all over the place. Anyway, we're heading for Double Bay, which I'm sure you can find on your chart. On what's the name of the island? Arapata Island, yeah. So once we get past Diefenbach Point, we've got another few bays to go, and that's us. Meantime, we're enjoying the sail and having lunch, courtesy of Lochmara's kitchen. This is Double Cove on the North Cove, I think, on North Bay on Double Cove. It's a lovely little spot. It was a bit busy with launches the last couple of nights we were here, but beautiful wee spot. Sorry about the soundtrack of the outboard. Nice little place to be. And heading out. Here we are on a gentle reach towards Ship Cove in the distance out of sight. And here is Blue Mine Island in the Marlborough Sounds, which we are told has some interesting gun emplacements on the other side from World War II. Next time we come here, we'll go and have a look at those. A little bit of breeze coming through from the southeast. And we are forever hopeful. We have a fishing line over the back, and we are washing the hook. And there's a shot down Queen Charlotte Sound, which has been a great home for us for the last few days, in fact for over a week. With the possible exception of some of these powerboats, one of which came very close to giving us a fright the other day. We have a bit of video clip of that silly man's behaviour. Anyway, lovely place. Come here with your little dinghy and you'll love it, as we have. And we're running out of wind. Well, we found this nice little spot at Rakawa Island and decided that we would spend the night here, since Ship Cove was horrible and rock and rolly, and we had a beautiful calm water, sandy beach, and we set about having dinner and looking forward to a quiet night. However, that wasn't to be. A most unpleasant evening at anchor. We got ourselves at Motu Awa Island. It was sheltered and all the rest after leaving Ship's Cove because it was crabby, and now it's super crabby here. So we are just hoping that it doesn't get any worse through the night. Very rock and roll and miserable. How much sleep we're going to get remains to be seen. Thinking of you watching this in your comfortable computer chair, watching it on your screen or your phone. Good night. I'll talk to you in the morning. Well, that night was quite the most miserable one we had. I don't know that we had any alternatives once we'd committed ourselves. Next morning we headed off really early into a long journey home, we thought, but the southeasterly materialised at about 5 knots, and we were obliged to motor sail to get across back to Plympton and to Mana Cruising Club that afternoon. So quite uneventful journey home. And then there was unpacking the whole thing after a great week away. Of course, as soon as we arrived at Marna Marina, we were off into the showers to get clean, and then retrieving Emeraude out of the water on the trailer and back home. I hope you enjoyed the story of Emeraude's voyage. I'm going to make another video shortly about showing how we do internal camping and our inflatable tent. Keep an eye open for that one. See you later.